I'm Sally Lee. Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood.
And I'm Thomasjohn Wells Miller. We hope you enjoy these poems written by your friends and neighbors. The first one is written by Sally Lee. She's sitting right next to me. Moon's Point of View. Oh, they stop by every now and then, come down hesitantly, send back messages to somewhere. I simply sit here, wait, watch. I have boundaries. Someday, one of them will cross the line and I'll deal with them. But meanwhile, they are scared, careful, timid. Go slowly across my surface. Stumble over rocky spots, bounce uncontrollably if they venture outside of their big coverings. They take pictures that do me no harm. They think I am a simple cold rock. They think I'm solid all the way through. Just wait, they may be in for surprises.
Space-Time Hypothesis by Susie Margaret Ross. A fly has strayed into my parked car through an open window, but cannot figure out how to escape. What does it think when we wind up somewhere else? Perhaps it becomes confused and disoriented, or maybe it just wanted an adventure in the first place, which has now turned out to be the second place.
Strange trail. We cleaned up what we could of the tree's crash, loaded twigs, limbs, cut heavier pieces into the pickup to dump them. Beside a forest trail, here and there as possible, dragged broken saplings way in among the trees, now partially rotten, bark peeling, small limbs snapped off, receding into the earth once more. Comfortable in their reclining life, they have no inkling of my fantasies. What natural wooden gnomes, trolls, pixies could we build along the forest trail, had we but means to stick sections of these broken limbs together? What wandering skyward fingers would reach out from the twiggy ends? What strange faces grimace from the fat peeling bark trunks? What tall slim creatures emerge from the thin dead saplings? What chunky creatures squat on the path, covered with flaking bark, spilling sawdust from insect boreholes? Then I could suggest a hike. There's a trail through that piece of the woods. We could start down. I'd say nothing. At first, they too would say nothing. They would glance uneasily, then stare, begin to look over their shoulders, finally whispering, "Are there strange things around here?"
Mythology Lesson by S.R. Lee. I have on yellow shorts and brown sandals. I'm old enough to walk to my cousin's house by myself. He is 2 years older than I am. I like him. When I get to his yard, some neighbor boys are playing with him. They have long sticks. They run back and forth in the long backyard. They say my cousin is King Arthur. I know what a king is. I want to play too. He says I can be Morgan Le Fay. He leans an old car tire against the tree trunk to be my castle. I sit cross-legged all afternoon. I watch the boys run. They ride their sticks like stick horses. Their feet go trot-trot or gallop-gallop. When they meet, they stop, turn the sticks in their hands to have sword fights. I have never seen sword fights before. I watch the boys and learn about sword fights. Sometimes my aunt calls from the house. She says, "Be careful with those sticks." They say, "We are." After a while, everyone goes home. I go home too. Now I know a lot about King Arthur. He has a round table in his castle, but today all his knights were outdoors. I was sitting by the old tire of my castle. I'm a girl. Morgan Le Fay was a woman. That's why my cousin said I should be her. I don't know anything else about her.
Wanted. Mother, Permanent Position by Andy Pijava. When I was a lad of 1, maybe 2, I was often apprehensive when I couldn't see you. My world was full of wonder and delight. when you were safely near me within my sight. I grew curious at 3, maybe more at 4. I was anxious to learn, venture, explore. I began spreading my wings. I was learning to fly. You sent me off to school at 5 and 6 to face nuns and take my licks. You gently pushed me away from the nest. I was unaware it was happening. I had passed my test. From 7 on slowly, you set me free. Each year we grew farther apart. I was becoming me. Now when I look back, now that my seeds are sown, I realize that you taught me to stand on my own.
Blackberrying by Mary Lane. I think of picking blackberries, plunging into grass and weeds and scratchy vines, trying to fill my small tin bucket, first before the others, trying to keep the dog with me in case of snakes, which, no matter what the old ones said, would bite chunks from my ankles and eat them. I think of walking home across the field with berries, to be covered with a butter and baked and served with cream. Thank you for joining us on Poets from the Neighborhood.